Well, hello, my friends. It's time to see who can come out and play today. Can you guess? Well, good morning, everybody. Yep, who is it going to be to come out and play today? Well, today, Sir Frederick Frosty has come back to see the light of day. He has not been out for a while. So today, while I visit and chat with you, I am going to work on Fred. Let me see if I can make out. No, won't work. There we go. Um, I'm going to work on Fred and tell you a little bit about. My pussycat is tapping me on the leg here to say, I think I want to come visit with you today. But he just wants a little attention every time I start to record. After a while, he'll probably be up on the table here that I use to record off of. So, anyway, I thought I would stitch a bit on Fred. So, pardon me as I turn a little bit here to get to my stitching. Fred has not seen the light of day for quite some time. He has been in hiding. Now, I made a video a little bit, maybe 2 weeks ago or so about what my supposed plans, my maybe plans are going to be for 2023. And to finish these stockings was definitely one of them, or one of the things that I wanted to do. So I've kind of sort of rearranged my priorities a little bit. I actually started this particular stocking for, let me see if I can get you just a little bit closer. There we go. These light colors are a little hard to see. Hold on a second here. There we go. Yeah, it's a little hard to see. This stocking I actually started December of 2021. And in all honesty, I have been a big procrastinator when it came to this one. I got quite a bit done. I was gung-ho. And then, for some odd reason, you know how it goes, you get sidetracked. The sparklies dangle in front of you, and you think you have to stitch on that. So you do. And then, true to form for me, happens all the time, I get sidetracked with the new start, and I have a hard time coming back to things that are already started. I don't know, just kind of happens that way, because normally you get sidetracked Or you see the sparkly in front and go, oh my, I really, really want to stitch that. So you go down that rabbit hole and put the project that you're working on in the pile. And then you start the new one and you work on that. And then it happens all over again. It is like a vicious, what am I doing here? Let's go back here across these. It is like a vicious cycle. So now you dangled that new one in front of me again. So I think I have to start that. So what do? The one I'm working on goes in the pile. And I start that one. It's like Groundhog Day. It keeps happening over and over and over again. It's like Groundhog Day. Because now I'm going to see something again. I'm going to want to start it. And then things go in the pile. And they don't see the light of day for God only knows how long. Story of my life. And then when I go back and look at those projects, I don't really want to stitch that anymore. I'm not interested in that anymore. I really don't like the colors that I put in, that I chose. This is just not doing it for me. So what do? The same thing all of you do. I either chop it off and keep the rest of the fabric for another day, or I rehome it. Story of my life. Actually, when you think about it, it's rather amazing that I have as many finishes as I do. It's rather truly amazing. So, given all of that, I have made, I wouldn't call it a deal, maybe a resolution, but I know how I am about New Year's resolutions. I don't stick to those either. Or I have, at this moment in time, convinced myself that Mr. Frosty here, Fred, as I like to call him, Fred and I are going to play until Fred is finished. Because I am at just about, here, click my options. Okay, this bar here, I'm not so sure I like this app on my Samsung. I'm not so sure because it's hard to see this bottom stuff with this. Oh, up there it is, info. Okay, I am at 47.2% on Fred. I have stitched 36,275 stitches. I still have 40,000 to go. So, Fred and I have a date. And in between, well, that wasn't too bright, Karen. In between working on Fred, I will work on Adam's stocking, which is Snowman. And unfortunately, I don't think I put did I put a picture of him here? Hold on. Right, Hardhanger, Frost, there he is. Let's show you him. There. I will work on Snowman, which is Adam's stocking. So my first priority, major goal this year will be to get my buddy Fred finished and get as much as I can done on Snowman for Adam, because it's been way too long. Way too long. Here's what Frosty will look like finished, but I think you guys know that. There he is. Fred, my buddy Fred. So right now I am working right in here, right in his arm above the mitten, near the light, near the, you probably can't see my pointer moving around. I'm working on his shoulder right under the scarf. So once I get that finished and both gloves and the scarf as it trails down, the rest of it should be a pretty easy stitch because it's going to be all snow. So that's what I'm hoping. So I'm hoping that moves along rather nicely. And then when I get tired of these colors or whatever, then I will switch to Adam's sampler for a while. So these two are going to be the priority. Well, okay. That being said, I put markup on my Samsung because that fits better here to stitch from, and it is for some reason very laggy on this tablet. I really do prefer it on my iPad. But we'll do this for today. Yeah, I really do. Would rather have to mark off where I am or I get lost. I really would rather use it on my iPad. There we go. Now, that being said, I, for the most part, have put what I'm stitching in markup as opposed to in Pattern Keeper. Mainly because my iPad has a much bigger screen because I have an iPad Pro. So it has a much bigger screen. And I can make it really big and I can see it better and all that good, wonderful stuff. It's not as laggy on my iPad. So I do like that also. I like the fact that it keeps the statistics that it does, so that when I do a update video in another week or two, or maybe 3, I can give you some statistics on how this is going. Like, am I really accomplishing what I set out to accomplish? Lord knows we hope so. Okay, I'm just gonna put that over here to stitch over it and end it. Get another thread here. Yeah, so we shall see. But I'm not really, there are some things that I guess I will have to use Pattern Keeper for, like the Modern Folk Embroidery Stitch Along, the 2023 Modern Folk Embroidery Stitch Along. That one, I can put it into, I can get it to go into markup. However, I can't get markup to recognize the symbols so that I can mark it off. That one I will probably have to put into Pattern Keeper or Good Notes. I can do either one of those. So we shall. I probably, to be honest with you, will put it into Good Notes rather than Pattern Keeper. So once again, I can keep everything on the same device. Yeah, I just don't particularly care for the lagginess on the Samsung. And the screen really, okay. Once you have the bigger screen, you get a little bit spoiled. And you want to keep working on that bigger screen because you can see a little bit better where you're going. Like right now, take notice. Karen has switched once again her stitching method. Once again. Because this chart has such big blocks of color, like I'm getting into the parts now where a lot of it is going to be the snow. So a lot of it is going to be the shades of this. What I'm putting in now is 819. So that's that really, really light pink. And it's going to be white and light blues. And as you see, they're in big chunks. So we're stitching cross country within an area. So as I don't know if you can, here I stitched to the bottom of this block. So I will stitch this section in here, cross country, till I get to the bottom of the block. And then I will start to feather a little bit. Or not feather a little bit, but was, gradually work my way down. You can't really see it, but I was over here on the right. I don't think I can get it in. Yeah, I can't scooch my camera enough to get it in, but I really messed it up. Oh, Karen. There we go. I was working down the side there, but I kind of decided to, let's just hang out in this area and get this part finished or caught up, and then we'll take it from there and see, okay, which direction do we want to go in? So, yes, I'm forever switching the method that I use. And I don't know why that is. I think a lot of times I don't know, what I'm feeling is easiest for the area that I'm in on the chart. Right now it's easier just to stitch cross country. Just because of the way the colors run. So, yeah. It's like, why, when you have the colors in this big of an area or in this close proximity, why start and stop threads? I mean, really. why bother starting and stopping threads when you have enough of the color right here that you can just stitch it all. I know. Just say, Karen, you are a fickle pickle. Yes, you are just, But you must admit, my constant switching around keeps it interesting for you guys, doesn't it? Because you never know what you're going to see when you come on a stitch with me. You never know. You never know. Okay, what's she going to do today? And when I say, oh, I'm never gonna, don't believe me. Don't believe me, because eventually I will. Whatever I said I was never gonna. Like, I'm never gonna go back to parking. Yeah. Don't believe that, because I should say never. Because at some point, I probably will. Not might, I probably will. Never. So don't ever say never. The funny story is, oh, when I first started going, uh, there was a needle workshop not close to me, but within about a half hour, 40 minutes. It's actually near where my daughter lives. It's no longer there. And that's where I met Barb. If you guys remember Barb, who was on a live with me. Oh, it's been a little while ago now, but that's where Barb and I met, at the stitch togethers that were there. And the owner of the shop was working on a heaven and earth design. And there were some others that were dabbling in heaven and earth designs. And my comment was, yeah, right. You are never, ever, ever going to see me stitch one of those. Never. No way, no how. That's what I said. Well, I have eaten those words now many times. Many times. Because as you see, I am stitching 2 stockings. I have already stitched and completed 2 stockings. I stitched Stitcher's Retreat, which is now hanging in my living room. I have starts of Heaven and Earth designs. And I refuse to disclose how many charts I have of full coverage. I don't even know. There's so many. So don't ever say never, because it just doesn't work. You'll end up at some point, someone will entice you and you will go down that rabbit hole. Now, I've been in this rabbit hole for a little while now, and that's why I decided to, for lack of a better way to put it, spread my wings a little bit and start the Modern Folk Embroidery 2023 Stitch Along. And you saw that, or you'll see it on the thumbnail for this video. I'm going to stitch it in 3371, which is that very, very dark brown, and 321, which is a red. In fact, I think I have it here, and I will show you. I do have it here because I worked on it a little bit last night, and I'm rather pleased with the color combination. So let me get it up. Okay, let me put it in under here because then maybe you can see it better. Look at that. Is that combination not, as I would say, fan-damn-tastic? Is that not neat? I just love it. I just love it. You know, years ago, I did a Verladen sampler that was charted by, and I can never say this, Historic Stiegmeister, however you say that. It's the one with Ute Shear and Dorothea. I can't remember her last name. But it was a Verladen sampler, and I did that in Vicky Clayton's silk with her darkest, at that time, the darkest brown was called Kodiak Bear. And then I used one of the reds, and I think it was one of the Oh My God reds, and it turned out amazing. So that drew me to these colors, and I am so glad I picked them. It looks a little, yeah, that looks a little brighter. There you go. But yes, and I'm doing it over 1 on 25 count. So yes, I am very, very happy with this. And yes, it will get some love in between the two stockings. Autumn Church will probably, just for my own sanity and in the attempt to behave and honor my commitment to me, Autumn Church will probably go away for a while so that I'm not tempted. Because you know what's going to happen, don't you? If I pick Autumn Church up, these two are going to go back in the dark. They are not going to stay out in the playground. They're going to go back inside. So I'm going to try very, very hard to be good. Okay, how many of you are going to take wagers on that? I dare you. I actually wouldn't blame you if you did. Because I'm hoping there does not come a point where I get like, oh my God, I can't stitch on these another day. But we're going to try. I think if I can switch between the two. I did do a small start on Adams. Oops, sorry about that. Small start. Where is it? There you go. Okay, so that's the top left corner of the stocking. So we have a little bit of a start there, just so I could say I started it. And up here in the top, it is really kind of a lot of mindless stitching. So actually, these are both at the point where it's a lot of mindless stitching. So that might just be the ticket to keep my attention. So we shall see. Oh, there it is. I thought I didn't see my colors for the stitch along. There they are. And I thought, oh, look at that. There's a cat hair on it. Oh, wonder where that came from. So those are the colors. You can see them a bit better. I'm so tickled with it. So tickled. But I didn't see them laying here in my cart, and I thought, oh my God, the cats drug them off. They tend to do that sometimes. I have to watch them, little stinkers. Okay. So, yeah, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot for you guys to keep your interest here in my stitching because I'm stitching all this plain solid color. But you know what? It has to get done. It has to get done, and progress. Now, having said that these are my committed priority pieces until they're both finished, she says, I still, on Sundays, when Teresa does, when Teresa does her live, I still will be doing the Magwayans stitch along. So I have decided that I am only going to work on that during her live videos or streams, and that will be my project during that time, so that yeah, that's going to be the only time that I work on that, since yes, Teresa really did make me do it. However, turnabout is fair play because I made her start the modern folk embroidery one. So we're 1 for 1. No, maybe we're 2 for 1, because I also talked her into starting the modern folk embroidery Nightingale. So yeah, I do have a lot to answer for, as she puts it. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe next she's going to start a Karen made me do it stitch along. We'll see how that goes. Because, yeah. So she only talked me into 1. I talked her into 2. So we'll see. Okay, where am I here? Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Hey, what? And then I want to do 4. Okay. All right. I thought there for a second I marked off a row too early. I didn't stitch it yet. Yeah. So, yeah. Now you got to say at least I'm living up to my reputation, and I continue to enable people to stitch certain things. But I know she'll get me back. I know she will with something else. It's a given. It's just a given. So, Teresa, if you're listening to this, it's your turn to enable me, and you can name your poison. Oh yeah. So we'll see. There will be something that comes along eventually. Normally, I can be pretty good about holding out, but not always. Not always. But at any rate, Magwayans will get worked on during Teresa's live streams. and I will stitch it then. And I don't have a lot done on it at this point. Maybe 100 stitches, but you know what? There is no rush. If I only get 100 stitches every week or every time there's a live, I'm really okay with that. I really, really am. So we'll see how that goes. How long have we been? 35 minutes already. Time flies. Time just flies when you're having fun. So let's see. What else did I figure? Yeah, I talked about my stockings. I talked about the plans. I have a couple shout outs to do today. I think most of you probably already know. And if you don't know, you may want to check it out. Carolyn Mazzio is now back on FlossTube. She changed the name of her channel. It's now the FlossTube Stitcher. But that's Carolyn. And a lot of you may, if you're newer to FlossTube and have never seen her videos, she is the person that a lot of people recommend in order to learn how to do parking. Carolyn has some fabulous videos out there, and she had some issues where she was away from doing videos for actually a couple years, but she is now back. So go give her some love and welcome her back to FlossTube. Wonderful, a wonderful lady, and she does some beautiful, beautiful stitching. So go welcome her. Yeah, let her know you missed her if you're one of the people that have been here for quite some time when she was back doing videos. But yes, Carolyn is back, and her channel now is the FlossTube Stitcher. So that is her. The other one is, if you don't watch her, watch Crafty Emily. Oh, she's cute. She does a lot of full coverage stitching. And that lady can put out she gets so much done. I don't know how she does it. She works full time. And she just seems to get a wealth of stitching done. But I do enjoy her videos. Now, yeah, she shows she does a lot of full coverage. She does long dog samplers. Let me think what else. What I remember is mostly long dogs and full coverage pieces. But yes, I think you would enjoy her videos. So go check her out. And then this gal, I believe, if I have it correct, is fairly new to FlossTube, but she is so cute. I really enjoy her videos. It's love to boogie, love to stitch. And I think Teresa might have even shouted her out a couple weeks ago. And I've been watching her ever since, and I really, really enjoy her videos. So go give her some love too. It's that time where we just need to support each other, support these people that are new, and encourage them to keep making videos or to start making videos. It's not that hard. I mean, I have a lot of fun doing it, to tell you the truth. I totally enjoy. I've gotten to meet, and well, not meet in person, but meet via the videos and the comments, and I've gotten to meet some lovely, lovely people. Lovely people. I've chatted on Facebook Messenger. You can do a live chat with each other, and I've done that with um, several people, and that's just as much fun, and getting to know um, getting to know my viewers. I just totally enjoy it. Normally, the video chats I've done have been to help somebody with something. And that's great. And I am so glad I am able to do that. However, I really wouldn't mind if someone wanted a chat to do that. Um, I will say, I will say that if you are a channel member, those people that would want a one-to-one chat with me will take priority, because that I see is part of their privilege of joining the channel and subscribing to a membership, to have a one-to-one chat with me. Other people I will do if you have an issue that you need help with. Yeah, I think that's the best way. The best way. If you have something that you need help with, or there's something you don't understand and you need a demonstration of it, I will do a short video call with you to explain how to do that. My members, however, will get a much longer chit chat kind of video call if they so desire, and it's up to them. Some might not. So that's okay. That's quite okay. So those are my shout outs for today. And let's see how many stitches I got done well, it's more stitches than I get on a live. How does that strike you? So far, I've done 70 stitches. As I said, more stitches than I get done on a live, because on a live, not so many. I end up chit-chatting more than I stitch on a live. But I always enjoy hearing how many stitches people do get done if they stitch while they're listening to me jibber jabber about next to nothing and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So again, you can put that in the comments if you like. That's the other thing I wanted to just mention. Subscribing to the channel. I looked at my statistics the other day, and I do see that a lot of people are watching the channel who are not subscribed. I think, if I remember right, it was around 30% of people that watch the channel are not subscribed. So I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel, and that way, and tick the bell. That way you would get notice when I'm either recording a video or, in fact, going live. So I would encourage that people to subscribe. That helps me in getting my videos out there because of the YouTube algorithms. So I would appreciate if people would subscribe to the channel. Whether you join as a channel member is entirely voluntary. What that gets you is special icons that when I do a live, your name is highlighted with a special icon, and that gets you priority when it comes to my responding to maybe a question or a remark that you made. So members do get some extra privileges. Like I said, they can, that's something I'm just adding, the video calls, but they can do a video call, a private video call with me if they so desire. What else? You do get some special emojis. What else did I put on there? There is, I will mention this, but it is not open to just everybody, but there is a special Facebook group for channel memberships. For people that are doing the paid membership to the channel, there is a special Facebook group for them. And I do need to do one, guys, so my apologies. They will get members only videos. So there are some extra perks. Nothing else changes. It's just that those people get some extra things that other people don't normally get to do. So if you're interested in a channel membership, I encourage you to join. There is a join button on the video. If you just click that and yay or nay, it's up to you. Not required, not required at all. It's certainly appreciated, but it's not required, and for nothing changes on the channel. Nothing changes. Everything is as it is. It's just that people that are members get a little bit extra. So that's my deal on that. I haven't talked about that for a while. I don't normally talk about it, but since we're in a new year, I just thought I would mention it today, and you probably won't hear anything else about it until maybe next year. Every now and again, I'll throw it in. So we're looking at almost an hour here, my friends. So I think for today, I'm going to call this a wrap. And I wanted to say this in the beginning, and I didn't. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season, that the holidays were kind to you, that you were kind to other people, and made some memories with their family and friends. So with that, my dear people, I think today we're going to call it a wrap, and I will get this uploaded and posted. And let's see, what's today? The 6th. Probably the beginning of next week, you may just see an update on what I've been stitching. So until then, my friends, until next time, remember, the only rules in cross stitch are the ones you set for yourself. Bye-bye for now.